Welp, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the run back. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. Oh, my glorious son. My glorious son. You gotta catch up to Sojo. Sojo, not Soga. I still have no idea where I got Soga from. Like, I've looked up characters named Soga. They exist. I have not watched what they're from. But somehow I was getting Soga when I was saying Sojo. Junichi Sojo. That's literally his name. Favorite villain in the series and can't say his name right. But with it being the case, I'm telling you, y'all gotta start investing. I already have my whole little investment scheme running and stuff like that in Blue Lock, where I'm like, you gotta make sure you invest properly. You got to invest your stocks just right. In Kagurabachi too. It may be fast paced. You may think, oh no, I can't do long-term investments in Kagurabachi. It moves too quickly. Clearly not, gang. Invest your money in Final Villain Hirohiko. Yeah, I'm saying it. Final Villain Hirohiko. Now, of course, I'm only investing a little bit in that. I'm assuming major villain, major rival character. Honestly, I still think it's probably Yura. I'm thinking like, I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Like, I didn't be shocked if it wasn't Yura. But still, you never know. You know, the right payments, the right dividends, they can go a long way. But let's see. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into chapter 68 of Kagurabachi Metamorphosis. Someone called my room. They promised me a pile of money. I still think that's so idiotic. Like, I get it. This is a hotel of ruffians and fiends and demons. But, like, I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting an increased number of spam texts and spam calls. They be offering jobs. They just be saying hello. They be asking me a whole bunch of questions. I'm like, gang, I may not be the sharpest spoon in the kitchen, shit. But clearly, if you don't know me, I don't know you. I haven't reached out to you for none of that. Like, there's no way on this good green earth I'm even responding to you. I'm deleting you and reporting you as junk mail. So you mean to tell me, in this hotel of ruffians, beasts, and demons, you get a phone call on your little landline, then like, hey. I still can't get the image out of my head of Hirohiko consistently just going down the register and be like, blah, blah, blah. Hello? Blah, blah, hello? Blah, blah, hello? Just like consistently calling and offering the same thing. Who knows? Maybe it was Miss Toto who did it, but still regardless. The idiocy of these people to just believe they're gonna get a gigantic bag of money. Like, come on now. How gullible do you gotta be? I get it, you're goons, you're cronies, you're random, but like, really, gang? Really? Let's see. So it was you. Yeah, I asked this dude's brain. Whoa. What do you mean? What do you mean you did? Huh? You asked this dude's brain? That's actually kind of crazy. How do you do that? Hirohiko, I thought you didn't have magic anymore, or sorcery anymore. What, was that? Is that part of Toto's power? Let's see. Yeah, I asked this dude's brain what room you were in. It's great that you're here. The clientele here are extremists of one sort or another. They're all headed to this floor now. And with the manager gone, there's nothing to hold them back. And you, we haven't even been introduced. Thank you for being born. Samura's weakness. Oh! I'm sorry. I know y'all are probably gonna get sick and tired of me Hirohiko glazing. I know for a fact y'all are, but I'm sorry. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. It's only beginning. He's only gaining aura. I'm sorry. Even when he lost his sorcery and had to bow down to Big Daddy Samura, he did not lose even an ounce of aura. Why? Because everyone in the verse right now needs to bow down to Big Daddy Samura. But with it being the case, he's just so him. He's just so him. And you know what? It fits so well that Hirohiko, who especially only knows Iori, only knows Iori as Samura's daughter, Samura's weakness. It's so perfect that he doesn't even give her a name. He doesn't even bother recognizing her name. He's like, Samura's weakness. That's the whole point of you. That is your existence. That is your value to me. Well, he goes out of his way to completely acknowledge Shiro as a rival, as a friend, someone to connect with. Since Iori's not from that world, he's like, you don't matter. I just gotta hold you to make sure that big guy in the sky doesn't drop down and give us all back shots. Until I get strong enough to give him back shots. So, like, I do love Hirohiko. He's just so clean with it. Let's see. Samura's weakness. Oh, wait, no, I keep doing this. Yeah. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. That is a crazy but devious and next level strat. Yo. Honestly, though, that is some of my favorite choreography ever. Where like it doesn't have to be a body, but if you have anything, like, even if it's like a fruit or a vegetable, throwing something at somebody and then slicing it open to blind them with the inside juices of whatever you're about to hit them with, because like technically that's a wombo combo. Though it looks like Hirohiko didn't throw the head. He probably hit a. Like, I'm assuming, because let's see, he had the head of the manager in his left hand. Oh, and he did have it somewhat raised here. So he probably did something like this, where he swung with his right, where the sword is, and held up or even tossed the head with his left, so the slice just and then splattered on Chihiro. That is some simple and clean motion, dog. I can't even deny he's built like that. Once again, Hokuzono Sensei, they're quickly catching up to, if not trying to just directly rival Suzuki Sensei of Sakamoto Days fame. In terms of overall action, like they getting up there with it. In choreography, they clean with it. Let's see, splat. But Chihiro's still smooth and clean with it, blocking Hirohiko. Very interesting though. Interesting that Hirohiko went to, I mean, I guess technically that would leave her alive, but removing her legs. Notably, the thing with the Hishaku right now is they can't kill Iori either. They can't. They need her alive. She loses all value if you take her alive. So risking her bleeding out by chopping her legs off, and remember, Hirohiko has no magic at this point. You have to rely on Miss Toto to come in and save him, I guess. Like, I don't think that's actually a smart move. So Chihiro may have unironically actually saved Hirohiko's life here a little bit, or at least saved his future life. But let's see. You've had it rough, Chihiro, having to clean up after Samura's mess. Samura's currently in motion to kill the contracted sword bearers. When I get my hands on his daughter, that should get his attention. He's so racked with guilt that he doesn't even realize what's happening here. What a moron. Whoa! Thing is, though, I thought the whole thing is that someone doesn't even remember he had a daughter. Like, I mean, watching it with the seal breaking, maybe it's like a two-way thing. Thing is, though, I mean, that's the thing. Does he know? The Riddler meme. Does he know? Like, presumably with the seal breaking and people starting to remember that she does exist, presumably someone himself, the person who requested the seal, probably also is having his memories restored. But the thing is, does he know where she would be? Like, would he pop? And the thing is, even if he did know, would he risk popping up to her? Because presumably in his mind, if he does start to feel the seal breaking, he probably immediately assumes him going to meet her would immediately cause like the shield to pop open like a balloon. So maybe he's very intentionally avoiding her, even if he does remember, he's trying to do his best to be a good dad and stay out of her life. But ultimately, he could easily well, issue is, he ran into Chihiro again. And probably, but then again, he specifically revived Chihiro after executing him, so maybe not. But ultimately, right now, if he were to come and try and protect his daughter, they'd be good. And I don't even think, considering Chihiro, I'm not sure if he even has Enten on him, or if he kept that with Shiba. So like, right now, Chihiro's just living his own way. And if anything, he'd probably be grateful for him protecting Iori. But you won't lay a hand on her. What about a sword, though? Hirohiko doesn't seem like a hand thrower kind of guy to me. He seems like a sword user, at least now. Or at least he's practicing to be. Let's see. I want to go back to school. Which I wholeheartedly agree. The amount of y'all monsters, beasts, creatures, and animals in the comment section are like, I ain't going back to school. I want powers now. She ain't got no powers, gang. She ain't got no powers. What do you mean? You want powers now? You gonna get smoked now? What do you? Oh, y'all are devious and diabolical. I mean, I respect the hustle, though. Respect the hustle. Live life on the edge, guys. But like, nah, I do not get these memories away from me. Send me right back to school. Seal me up. Let's see. Go back to school. This girl is no longer a part of this. The seal ain't done just yet, you know. She technically legally.
Actually, legally speaking, she is in fact not part of this. In fact, she's the whole motivation for where you are right now. So, you're actually factually incorrect.
Let's see. Oh, interesting. So Chihiro himself goes to cut. Does he cut the wall? Oh, does he cut the wire? Oh, wow. Huh, wait a second. I'm a little confused, though. I thought Hirohiko had stepped out. Oh, okay, now I'm actually confused on what Chihiro did here. Because they're standing. Hirohiko, he looks like he may be in the elevator. Hirohiko swings. He doesn't take any forward progression, though. Elevator coming down. He glances towards the elevator. He puts pressure on Hirohiko. He swings with a blade. Interesting. Yeah, he swings. I don't know what he did here. Someone, because I know sometimes I read the manga poorly, especially in these live reactions. What does he do here? Does he slash one of the buttons and then that like that causes them both to go down? Am I missing a panel of him like pushing Hirohiko into an elevator? Because that's what it looks like happens. It looks like he pushes Hirohiko into an elevator and then somehow cuts the wires that are holding up the elevator that allows them both to fall down. I don't know. I'm a little bamboozled, but still, hey, or nothing more oralicious than fighting while falling down an elevator shaft. Let's see. Don't worry, I promise to get you back. You're leaving me here? Hey, it's either that or fighting the main op with you right there as a liability. So yeah, I don't blame Cheeto. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah, that's bad. They're all headed to this floor now. Oh, ding ding. Oh. Okay. So Cheeto he cuts the one elevator that him and Hirohiko get sent into. They go down because of it. The other elevators open up on the other side, revealing other people coming to get her. But the one elevator pops up with Ro. I think it's Ro, because I know the girl's name is Sumi, and the big guy's Roku. So Moku. So this is Ro. Ro pops up and he's like, I may look 5 years old, but I will catch every single one of your bodies right now. And I don't mean if you're falling. But let's see. I thought you said don't worry. I do like Yoi. She has some of the most realistic reactions. It's Manga. Let's see. Yo, come on in. Okay. Darn. All before the elevator even dings or closes. All right, that man was spady with it. Going up. Let's go. He said you needed 3 people on the roof. Oh, we finished. Yeah, we're done. We're good. We're not sending you back to school. Yeah, you're chilling. Let's see. We finished. You can go back to being a regular high school girl soon. Aw. He's like, yeah. That's the thing. That's her main goal. And I think she definitely, like, and once again, I do get it. Maybe the allure of powers, and obviously, like, it's not even just the powers, right? Like, in her scenario, she clearly loved her dad, right? Like, I don't know. I love my dad a lot too, right? And like, that's the thing. I can't put myself in that scenario because, like, my dad he's a dude. He's a dude with lore. Crazy lore. Maybe one day I'll get my dad on the channel and, like, get that dad with a pencil to explain some of his lore. That man has some crazy next level lore. But outside of that, he's my dad. But he wasn't ever like a war criminal. Like, he wasn't hated by the mass populace. I was never in any danger for living with him. But if randomly one day someone's like, hey, I'll give you $1 million. He's got to sacrifice all memories, relations, and connections to your dad. I'd be like, $1 million sound nice. I love my dad. Woogie. Though I know a lot of people just take the $1 million. I don't know. But still, I don't know. I love my dad a whole lot. Let's see. Go back to being a regular high school girl soon. I still don't get how that fully works. I'd be interested to see how the seal works. Let's see. Can I really go back? The seal, I don't really understand how it works at all. They know what school I go to, and they saw my face. One teacher was even given front shots. How can I just go back to the school like nothing's happened? Well, presumably your memory would be wiped too. Just like your memory was wiped to Samura, presumably this whole day just wouldn't happen. It's like, ironically enough, it's kind of like, actually, no, in Groundhog Day, the day does happen. The final day that he lives does actually end up happening, and then he just moves on to the next day. But, what's the example I'm thinking of? There is a story I'm thinking of where there's, like, a closed time loop where ultimately, well, actually, no. I'm thinking of Teen Titan, but I'm wrong enough, it's a different scenario, because it's, like, time travel to the future. I believe it's the season 2 premiere episode of Teen Titans, when Starfire sends to the future. Essentially, by her going back in time, she undoes that future. All the Nightwing, the future Raven, the future Cyborg, and the future Beast Boy, that timeline doesn't exist. At least that's what's implied to happen. At least Teen Titans, unlike the traditional DC universe, which does operate on multiverse theory, heavy multiverse theory, like infinite, like the DC universe cosmology is huge, crazy. But due to that, it seems like the Teen Titans universe, despite also being in the... No, that's so weird. But still, the Teen Titans universe, the original series, seems to run on uni timeline theory. And thusly, that timeline just gets wiped from existence when she goes back to the present. And it's kind of the similar thing here with the Ori, except for the dead teacher. I'm not sure how the seal will write with that, but presumably it would just straight wipe clean the entire day's events from her memory and everyone who was involved memory. I wonder how the Hishaku would feel about that. Like they reckon what they were doing that day and like the skills they gained, or at least Hirohiko, the skills he gains, presumably from this encounter. But still, the events of the past 2 days will be hazy. No one will even remember. Oh, that's right. It has been multiple days. No one will even remember what happened. Though, admittedly, we can't bring back the dead. Those bad guys came because I was trying to break the seal. It's my fault our teacher... Well, no. Not at all. You weren't even trying to break the seal. That was just accidental. The Masumi just did a poor job. Let's see. No. Oh, yeah, see? No. Absolutely not. The Hishaku are to blame for that. Oh, well, realistically, it is actually a little bit of you, gang. Like Masumi, y'all did from the back a little bit. And if anyone slipped... Oh, yeah, see, look at that. They admit it. And if anyone slipped up, it was us, the Masumi. We're ninja. We never learned anything about human emotions. Okay. Darn. Man, that sucks. You ain't know that to manipulate people. When we created the seal 3 years ago, we didn't understand the parent-child bond, so our seal was insufficient. But after talking with you, we have a better sense now. This time, the seal will reach to the very roots of your consciousness. There's no risk of it breaking again. You can go back to your regular life at school. The only thing we still need for the seal is the key. The key? Interesting, though. Interesting. But, you know, that is actually a pretty cool and narratively satisfying byproduct that explains why they fumbled in the first place. They literally just did not believe or think that a child's love for their parent could be that strong because they were never raised that way. Like, you never think about it, but, like, even the slightest of culture differences will hit you like a brick if you aren't ready for them or haven't thought about them before. And, like, notably, I'm always down for that. Like, even for, like, differences in cultural cuisines. Like, I went to Ecuador a while ago. But Kui, that's guinea pig. Now, you ask the average person where I'm from, the States, to just eat guinea pig, they'd be like, I can't eat Jerry, because Jerry's typically a pet. But for me, I was like, y'all eat Kui? Guinea pig? Is it good? And I ate it anyway. So it's like, I'll admit, I'm a beef for it. I gotta do like cultural differences a whole lot. But that is like it's just a traditional, like, that's food. Not to talk of like an actual way of life and manifestation of magical abilities in the super advanced universe. So it makes perfect sense that the Masumi wouldn't have a full grasp of everything because they literally weren't raised to. Let's see. The key? This hotel is enclosed in an enormous barrier. Then how on earth did the Ishaku get... Well, like, you can't just walk in, presumably. The barrier the building is imbued with ensures complete privacy. Every barrier has a lantern that oh, new lore. All right. Every barrier has a lantern that powers it. At this hotel, it's installed on the roof. That's where we need the key. Interesting. The seal we're applying to you is massive. Yeah, presumably it would be. Considering, like, and I bet the seal's magical cost also, like, directly links with how many people it's affecting and the scale of power of those people. So, like, Samura being currently the strongest in the verse, and the Hishaku all being top-tier sorcerers, all knowing about Samura, and even Shiro, and, well, obviously the Masumi themselves will likely still remember, but that's the thing. With so many powerful people being on the payroll to be mind-wiped, I bet the seal just costs dumb, stupid amounts of energy. So it makes perfect sense that they need to pay it a whole lot. It's actually very similar to Seven Deadly Sins. In Seven Deadly Sins, spoilers for that series. If you don't want spoilers, you can see it like a minute ahead. But in that series, a character named Gother literally dies. Like, they straight up die, casting a spell to rewrite the memories and existence of one person on a macro scale. And of course, it cost them their life, and they need to take some of the magic of their creation / child, Gother. I know they both have the same name. Don't ask questions unless you've read Seven Deadly Sins or know it. But they need to take all their magical power, plus some of the magical power of their creation, in order to cast the spell. Why? Because they took one of the most powerful characters in the series at the time and switched their place. And also, they legit were manipulating the memories, beliefs, and existences, and even powers of literal gods. Like gods in that universe, but like literal gods. So this seal and that seal taking up so much energy, it does make sense. Interesting, because it's all built around one person. That's another comparison between the seal that was in Seven Deadly Sins and the seal here. Given the unique circumstances, if it's only momentary. Yeah, he's like, alright, fine, you can have a little bit of it. He was supposed to have the key. Shiro headed downstairs, right? Well, you could say that. Yeah, he's currently falling down an elevator shaft. We'll leave it to him then. Oh, you know, I do like the amount of faith that the Masumi do have in Shiro at this point. They trained him a little bit, and they're like, yeah, you got that dog in you, gang. So they don't even, he doesn't even question it. Like, yeah, all right, we'll leave it to him. He's got it. He's built like that for real, for real. We'll just protect you. Let's see. Fall down the elevator shaft. Oh! Man, they're going aura for aura. And why is my son Hirohiko winning, gang? Why is he winning? Why? Oh, well, actually, you know what? Is he winning? I can't tell. Where's that hand placement going? The hand placement going crazy. Yo, it looks like he's even... I know it's just because of the perspective. It almost looks like he's surfing on his sword. Oh, no. He actually may be. That's not his sword. That's Chihiro's sword. He may be standing and flipping off Chihiro's sword as they fall through mid-air, swinging blades. And once again, I love... And I don't know why, because Ventus actually isn't one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts characters. I'm doing a whole bunch of scripts for Kingdom Hearts, because I don't know, I got the bug recently, so I'm writing a whole bunch of scripts for Kingdom Hearts stuff. And I was literally, one of the videos I was talking about play styles and how they differ or align. And Ventus's, oh man, I don't know, something about the, even if I know it's super unoptimal, like you want to wield your sword forward, at least like according to traditional fighting standards, something about wielding the sword backwards just always goes hard. I don't know, it just always looks so clean. You know, because Oda Sensei, with the use of the clothing, and that's the thing that Suzuki Sensei does a lot too. If you'll notice, in Suzuki Sensei's Sakamoto Days fame, a lot of characters actually do wear very baggy or loose clothes, and it's for moments like this where you can have this crazy dynamism. And just, I'm sorry, as much as I love Hirohiko, and as crazy the aura is with him backwards wielding, blocking Chihiro's blade with his scabbard in his hand and possibly standing on Chihiro's sword here, man, the trench coat just adds infinite aura. I'm sorry, it's just so cool. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. But let's see. First floor. Darn, they crashed straight into the first floor. Okay, but no damage, no damage. His technique is unorthodox, but each slash is loaded with powerful spirit energy, even though he seems to have very little experience with the sword. Yeah. And once again, yeah, Hirohiko, and a lot of y'all were peeping game in last review. But yeah, Hirohiko, he is certifiably built like that. Like straight top of the line prodigy. Why can I not say prodigy? It's real top of the line prodigy status. He is 100 million billion decillion % built like that. And you can tell by his motion. I keep joking about saying motion or stuff like that, but simply the fact that he's able to keep up. And of course, Shiro himself isn't professionally trained, but Hirohiko, solo, by the way, because unless it's revealed that Kuguri was there watching the entire time, solo ran through this hotel of a bunch of different sword wielders of all various varieties, and this is his first time actually wielding a sword in real combat. Yeah, he's a prodigy. He's a beast. Let's see. Are you Masumi? Huh? This is from the general manager. For the lantern. Oh! Alright, so even though the manager got, there still is a key. That guy was clearly an amateur. He took your boss's life, though. Just swinging blindly and following no particular form. And yet, his unskilled sword severed the general manager's arm. What just happened? I thought it was pure chance. It won't happen again. I love how Toto still has the moves. Like, she was like, I'm actually genuinely scared. I want to get cooked. Let's see. Yes, not again. What sort of stance is that? A student of freedom? He's about to learn that swordplay is nothing to trifle with. Though, honestly, it's weird to think about. But, like, martial arts and swordplay, and though technically martial arts is technically kenjutsu, which is a subsection of martial arts. But all it is a guy deciding to wield a sword a particular way, or throw his fists and body in a particular way, or kick in a particular way. We've given them names, we've given them legacies, they are to be taught and passed down, but like, it all started with one student of freedom, and then another student of freedom, and then another student of freedom, and another student of freedom, all deciding, okay, I have a sword, I want to wield it this way. The idea, and admittedly, the Gladius is a one-handed sword, that's why this one is only forward, but I do own two-handed swords. So, for example, even just the difference between wielding a katana one-handed or wielding it two-handed, that is a massive difference in how you block and swing and the amount of force you can apply behind strike. Like, the levels of variance that come with sword wielding, and even any sort of combat in general, is always there. And all forms of combat that you ever know simply came from a guy who knows how many years ago deciding, I'm going to punch this way, I'm going to kick this way, I'm going to use my body and the blade that I have in this way. So, I don't know. Yeah, I personally, if especially if they were able to do something like that to the general manager, I would not sleep on anybody even wielding an unskilled or amateur sword, because clearly they're built like that. Let's see. I trained under Master Sengoku. That's such a cool name, dude. Master Sengoku daily for 7 years. In all that time, I never scored a single point against him. Nice try. Your footwork follow through is weak. Oh, darn. He said, you're nice, but you ain't that nice. Let's see. There are no geniuses in this world. Nothing surpasses diligent and consistent effort. Never neglect that. That's just wrong. That is okay. This is gonna sound real mean, and obviously that's a fictional character, so it doesn't matter. Geniuses exist. Prodigies exist. In fact, and notably, I feel like everyone is a genius in their own right. Like, you have something you're innately good at. Trust me. From at least in my years of life on this planet, which have been long, but not too long, I have seen people of infinite backgrounds and varieties, and various levels of what some people would value as good or valuable or top of the line traits. Like, I've seen people who some have considered stupid be insanely good with their hands and like technical things. They've been fantastic and gone off and done great things. I've seen people who are geniuses who have never had to study a day in their life, like, or really intelligent, and thusly they are all genius. Like, there are innate abilities. Heck, once again, I joke about being from a long line of yappers, but it's not like I was trained how to yap. That's not like I was trained on how to review things. No, it's a weird random talent, but it's a talent I've always had. Ever since my youth, I've been a yapper. And like a confident and casual yapper too. For a long time. Since I popped out my mama, gosh darn it, because I've come from a long line of yappers. So to delude yourself and believe that there are no geniuses in the world, that's just wrong on like every single level. It's honestly a childish mindset. Of course, you want to believe that hard work can get you anywhere, but heck, there are some people who, no amount of hard work, C-Bum's on the mind because I heard a video about him earlier. There are people who will work for their entire lives, but unfortunately their genetics just aren't good enough, so no matter how much they bodybuild, they won't be as well built as C-Bum. I don't even know bodybuilding that well, but that is the case. There are people who have trained from their birth to be as fast as possible, and they will never surpass Usain Bolt. There are men born before and men born after who dedicated their entire lives to swimming who simply will not beat Michael Phelps. Women who have done the same thing who will never beat Katie Ledecky. Like there are geniuses. There are prodigies. And some of those geniuses and prodigies work really, really hard too. So I don't know. That's at least a very childish and simple-minded mindset that I wouldn't really go by. Always acknowledges that there are geniuses. You must work around that fact and acknowledge it to grow. Let's see. Yes, sir. What the heck? You darn liar! Okay, good. At least the manga is like immediately like, you darn liar! There are geniuses! And yeah, jeez. Hidehiko viciously diffed that man. That is embarrassing. He was unstoppable. His sword was invisible. Well, presumably just because he back wields it. So, like, notably, that's the thing. Especially if you're used to following something by the front, like even for a person who doesn't know how to fight, I know that if someone has like this, you can tell by certain motions, like how they twist their body, how they're gonna punch, how they're gonna attack you. Of course, just because you can tell something doesn't mean you're gonna be able to react in time. Your thought processes and your visual receptors work a lot faster than what your body can actually react to. But like, you can typically read that. But even slight lapses of visual information caused by, hypothetically, a sword being behind the back, especially if you don't know what that could result in. Yeah. No matter how much you train, you could get caught lagging. It'd be like that. Let's see. His sword was invisible. Yep, yeah, that's the thing. And that's interesting. So notably, in fact, I saw it. I was gonna get it, but I was like, I ain't that big of a Ventus fan. So let me just take one of the Kingdom Keys off the wall. But, so the way Ventus wields his sword is actually something more akin like this. Like and in fact, it's kind of like, let me see if I can hit the polls right. Like I haven't played Birth by Sleep in a while, but I was watching regular Pat's D-Link ranking video, so I do have some Birth by Sleep images in mind. But then typically he wields his blade like this. It's a backhanded grip, so when he attacks, he does this full rotated turnaround. The way Hirohiko's wielding his blade is that he doesn't have any tilt to it. Then typically he has the tilt, the blade's on an angle, and it leads to a lot more like horizontal attacks or very like exaggerated overhead attacks. But for Hirohiko, he's not even wielding the blade like Ventus does. In fact, since a Keyblade, and even Ventus's Keyblade, while different, does have a heavy guard to it. Let me take one of... Yeah, let me take one of my katanas and display how Hirohiko's wielding it and how it could be extra hard to predict. We'll go with this just because it's closer to Hirohiko's katana. He's not even wielding it in a grip sense. Like, not traditionally, at least. Like, typically, even if you were to be back-wielding a sword, like such, if you were to be back-wielding a sword, you would typically hold it firm, like this. But what looks like Hirohiko's doing is, from what I can tell here, he's basically gripping it like this. Let me see if I can get... Yeah, he's gripping it like this. A very loose grip. And I'm presuming what he does is, since he has it posted up, and he literally holds it to his back like this, the flat of the blade against the back like this, what he probably does is, he swings, loosens his grip. I can't do it all in quick motion, because my room is not big enough to be doing all that, but... Let me see, let me get the hand in frame. He probably goes from this kind of holding stance to this to tighten the blade when he swings. So he has it, and in fact, since it's positioned just like this, since it's positioned literally solid firm against his back, you wouldn't expect him to go in for a horizontal motion. If anything, you would expect something like an underswing, or possibly a flip into a reverse grip into an overswing. But no, especially based on how it looks like he slayed Manager Sengoku, despite consistently reverting back to this stance where the blade is behind him, he goes very specifically for horizontal slashes. That's how he took the manager's arm in the first place. They're always horizontal, but he baits you into thinking that they're going to be vertical or not, or essentially he baits you and then they're going to be upwards or downward slashes by holding the blade like this, and by holding it in this looser grip instead of this solid grip, holding it in the looser grip versus this solid grip allows him that flexibility to essentially switch grips immediately and swing and cut through. So Hirohiko, I get why it's such a hard style to work with, especially considering Hirohiko just does have crazy stats. Like he's still an extremely powerful physical character and reinforces himself with a whole bunch of spirit energy. So it makes perfect sense that he would be so lethal with a blade. If you'll see a blade that you can't see, a blade that's quote unquote invisible, because he literally hides it from you until he's about to hit you with it. Let's see. Especially considering, based on how he swings it, presumably your eyes are on him and where his arm is going. But if his arm is down here, you don't want to take your eyes off his face. So like, good stuff, good stuff. Let's see. Here he comes. Invisible sword skills. I love Hirohiko, though. He has such a clean design, too. I already showed y'all the drawing I did of him. Through the keen vision Chihiro honed over all the deadly battles he's endured, he perceived the secret to Hirohiko's technique. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that adds an even extra layer that I didn't think about. Huh. So, but that, that also does explain and reinforce the whole varying grip idea, why he has such a loose grip on it. So essentially, so that's extra devious. So Hirohiko doesn't just hold the sword back here and strike you with his left or right, or no, strike you with the blade that he has in his right. What he'll do is he resets. So he'll swing out probably something like this, then he'll reset. And then he hits you with a 50-50. Yo, I'm sorry, I'm talking this like fighting game terms, but he hits you with a 50-50. Because if he swings out like this, you're like, okay, he's gonna hit me with the right. But since he's ambidextrous, he can switch hands behind his back, which once again you can't see, and then by the time you realize he switched his hands, he's already sliced you with the other side. Okay, Hirohiko! That's the thing. I want to see Hirohiko dual wield now. But then again, I guess dual wielding would take away the 50-50 aspect of it, and obviously he's not going to dual wield enchanted blades, so he probably needs to get used to a one blade style. But that's actually crazy. The freedom and flexibility to drop and switch. Like, notably, I'm right-handed. Shock horror. I can do a bunch of things with my left hand. I can drive better with one hand with my left hand, but don't drive with one hand, folks. Always have your hands at 9 and 3. Pencil. Yeah, but I can drive better with one hand. I can ride a bike better, guide it with one hand. I can. There are some weird things like physically wise, I can do better with one hand. Like in some cases, my left hand is stronger for some things and weaker for other things. But I am predominantly right-handed, and thusly, I can't even wield a sword right now. But actually, couldn't wield a sword in my left hand. But since Hirohiko seems to have natural ambidextrosity, and if not natural ambidextrosity, he doesn't have enough strict sword training to actually have a hand preference just yet. He's allowed that freedom and flexibility that makes it so dangerous. And since he always resets behind his back, you need to gamble on which hand. And the thing is, if you gamble wrong, you lose an arm. Likely like the Sengoku manager did. Let's see. The ability to use both left and right hands, and both overhand and underhand holds, freely in any combination, along with moving instantly through his opponent's blind spot. Yeah, that as well. Causes the opponent to completely lose sight of his blade. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all that second. It's an instance of hesitation or misperception that can cost you big. Anyone who plays fighting games knows this. You guess wrong on a 50-50 and you could die. Like, especially anyone who like, I keep going back to fighters, but that's mainly because that's a game where if you're fighting the wrong person and they know a TOD, heaven forbid they read you and hit you with that. And even not even a TOD. There's some character, like for example, one of the teams I play is it's real devious. It's Android 18, Cell, and Majin 21. It's not that good of a team, not at all. But still, I love to play it. Mainly because if I get that first hit on you with Android 18, even if I'm not doing too big damage, I don't know a TOD with Android 18. But you know what I do know? I know Okazami like crazy. I'm putting you in that corner. I've got that first bar, even off that first combo, and I'm summoning 17, and I'm dropping that beam on you, and then I'm mixing you. And then I'm mixing you again, and then I'm mixing you again, and then I'm mixing you again. And then heaven forbid I get 3 bars, I'm hard knockdowning you into cell level 3, and then I'm mixing you again. Like, that's the thing. It is nothing but endless mix. So even if you choose right once, any fighting game player knows all it takes is one wrong decision. And you're boomed, or you're put in a bad situation anyway. So, like, say you did block Hirohiko. Say you guessed the 50-50 right. Alright, unless you're attacking in that same instant that you block the 50-50. Unless you have perfect offense and defense perfectly mixed. Now, he's gonna back up, go move around into your blind spot, and hit you with another 50-50. And then another 50-50. Like, he can just infinitely loop stack that. So let's see how Chihiro deals with it. But Chihiro does block it. He was able to see that and dodge. Oh, I know he's gonna be my rival. Let's see. Kill. Oh, okay. My boy Juno went in straight for it. I see you. Oh, they both went in for it, though. Looks like they're going blade for blade. Let's see. Swing. They both barely whiffed. Okay. So it looks like they both instantly, they ducked underneath each other's blade. Though, interesting, they both went for each other's necks or heads, vital areas. Let's see. Whew. He counted from that position, and his blade was faster than mine. That was close. Truly ferocious. I like it. He dodged. My white purity style needs to be faster. I need to be faster. Yeah, Cheeto, get that speed up. Well, sure. Someone is currently in motion to kill the contracted sword bearers. Faster. That's right. Because of course he's ripping from Samura, but he doesn't have the same stats as Samura. So he wants to reach into that divine domain. He wants to hit that level. Let's see. I will kill you and get to the roof. Okay, Chihiro. You won't. I don't know. Something about me. Something tells me he won't. Just because I feel like it's too early to burn Hirohiko. We are not burning Hirohiko until we actually get to see him wield Kumiyuri. Until we actually get to see him wield Kumiyuri, we're not killing Hirohiko. So let's see how he escapes this. And get to the roof. Take that key and give Hiyori her life back. I keep saying Hiyori because I'm so used to Blue Lock, but Iori her life back. So you made up your mind. You're going to return to school? I'll go back to school. I'll no longer be Seichi Samura's daughter. It's not just that I want to reject that truth. He's forgotten you too. The Masumi were appointed to protect you if the need arose. Samura is currently in motion to kill the contracted sword bearers. Sounds like my dad's attention is elsewhere. I guess he's fine with forgetting me. Okay, but see, that's the thing. He's only fine with that because he wants you to actually live a safe and normal life. And like a happy and healthy life. I wouldn't like, once again, I don't think Samura's a bad dad. He did what he followed orders, unfortunately. And thusly, He brought you into a world that simply was not hospitable for you. So I wouldn't really give Summer too much flack for that. I'm the only one who was struggling with the hole in my heart. Oh, no, Summer definitely was. Let's see. Yes, and to be continued. Luckily enough, chapter 69 is already out because I'm a week behind. But overall, if you couldn't tell by how much I was yapping, how much fun I was having breaking down the chapter, an amazing W chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you know, it's mainly because my son Hirohiko. I love Hirohiko so much, man. He's so good. But if you've been all the way to the end of this review, please leave a backhanded blade. Backhanded blade in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Do leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, do have a Patron down below, or use for me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions here at the series I'm to review, and free variations of all my videos. And if you become a $20 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below, where you can drop 5 memes for a short video, 20 memes for a long video, or any means at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, G Prosper, Zeta, and Brandon Payne. Then I'd like to give a little thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, and A+A. And then I'd like to give a huge thank you to our ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchiha, Yuki Ally, and Carlo Alaimo. Then I'd like to give a gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patron: Waki Minoz, and iDemokami. Then I'd like to give a final legendary top of the line thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, the glorious king, Calvin Elder.